Okay, today we're gonna be working in the Honda Civic 98. We'll be replacing the idle control air valve. It's located underneath here, this piece right here, and we're gonna have to replace that today. So we're gonna remove this. We're gonna remove this tall piece completely. All the screws are underneath, and it will be easy for us to work this way. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I will show you exactly how we're going to do it. Okay? Okay, I already unplugged all the connectors needed to start working on this. I just need to get a screwdriver to remove this right here, loosen it up. And it looks like it's a Phillips. Again, this is for this connects to the air filter housing. So we're gonna remove this. There's a few items that we're gonna have to remove. Go. It's a little tight, but nothing too hard not to be able to get it out. So again, this is the air valve control that we're removing, and replace it with a new one. It's been acting up, so there's 1, 2, 3, and 4 bolts that we need to remove. There seem to be 12-inch. They're not too tight. And the two at the bottom, we need to use a ratchet with a number 12mm. Socket. Okay, now we're gonna put some pressure over here, and we're gonna remove it little by little. We might need to remove this. I wasn't thinking we were gonna need to remove that, so don't have to. So we're gonna need to remove a couple of hoses underneath, so we can have enough room to work. I'm gonna have to adjust this later, because you don't want the RPMs too high on this. So I'll keep recording. Once I get it out, I'll keep showing you. Okay, I have removed the complete piece here. This is the piece that we have to remove. It has 2 hoses, and then, like you can see, it has 4 screws that we need to remove. It comes with this connector. I think that's the sensor that went bad, so we're gonna replace this. This is the new piece, as you can see. It has the gasket. When I purchased it, it came with the gasket. Part number is AC186 for intermotor valve, air valve. And now I'm gonna remove it and hope that it comes out easy. I got the 4 screws loosened, so now I'm just removing them. We're gonna reuse this, so make sure that you don't lose them. Otherwise, you're gonna be in serious trouble. They're not that tight. All you need is an 8mm socket. Once you got them loose, you don't need the ratchet. Okay, so it's 4 of them. Now, put some pressure over here. And this is it. This is the piece that went bad. So I'm gonna replace it with a new one. As you can see, they look exactly the same. The good thing is that it comes with a gasket, so just follow the instructions on how to put the gasket. You don't, looks like it's just goes on top of it, nothing to it. And make sure that when you put it on, actually you can put it on over here. But before we do that, I'm gonna go ahead and get something to clean that really good. Clean this around it. So we're ready to install the new one, just the way it was. Make sure you don't move it too much, because you don't want to get that gasket loosened, because otherwise it's going to be leaking antifreeze, and you really don't want to do that. Make sure that you always hand tight this, because you don't want to make a new thread on them, because it's going to be a pain in the butt. Again, make sure that you hand tie this before you put any pressure on it. Make sure that the gasket has not moved, because otherwise you'll be leaking antifreeze. Okay, and again, all you need is a 8mm socket. Not too much pressure on it, just enough that it will secure it. You don't have to tie it, go crazy when you're doing. Okay, that's pretty much it. We have replaced it with the new one. Again, this is the old one. This one is a Denso. If you can see the part number for the Denso one. This is the original that came with the car. This is the first time we have replaced this. And it's the idle air valve. It was acting up. It gave me a code. Cannot recall the code right now, but this is what it was telling me was wrong with it. So, all right, let's put this back on. Before we do that, let's hook up all the hoses. I had to remove 2 hoses, so let's put those back. It looks like I was misplacing my pliers. Okay, so Okay, one down, one to go. You might need to put something underneath it because this has a little bit of antifreeze when you remove it. So just this one that I'm doing right now, the one that has antifreeze. So you might gonna be losing a little bit. So make sure that you refill your radiator a little bit because you're gonna lose not much, but just a little bit. Okay, it's in. Well, now what I gotta do is bring up the locking. So again, I'm gonna use these pliers to try to work it. Okay, that's about it. All right, now we're gonna put it back on. Make sure that you don't mess up this gasket. I did not order that gasket. It looks like it's in good shape. I ain't gonna replace it. So then all you gotta do is put the screws back on and a couple of bolts. Just go back to do what you did first. I had to remove the RPM cable to be able to remove it completely. So I'll be putting that back on in a couple of minutes. And again, every time you do this, make sure that you hand tight this. Don't do it. Don't use a lot of pressure, because otherwise you can end up breaking them. And it will be hard to replace this or make a new thread for them. Okay. Might be a lot easier to use a socket. You can use a 12mm socket. Okay. Again, just with your hand. Don't rush. It's better to do it slow but securely. Okay, once you have done it by hand, then you use your ratchet. Don't go too hard on it. Use enough pressure for you to, when you feel that it's had enough, don't force it. Okay. You don't need to put too much force on it. Okay, I removed the RPM cable. So I'm gonna put this back on. Make sure that it's correctly done. So make sure that it goes inside the loop. Let's try this differently. Okay. All right. That's now we're gonna tie it over here. I didn't do much over here, so I'm just gonna tie it. I didn't remove any, didn't do nothing to the other bolt, so that one should be the same. Okay, so now we're gonna put everything back together. All the connectors back to where they were. Okay, that's two. We have a couple more that we need to put. Okay, let's get this back on. Okay, remember to put this on. Okay. Okay, now we're just gonna put the rest of the connectors. Okay, let's check that everything is hooked up. Now we're gonna just tighten this on. For that one, you just need a Phillips screwdriver. Just hold it in place. Just tie it. Once it's all secure, okay, got all your connectors on. Alright, let's check to see how much water we lost. It seems that it's okay. So we're gonna start it right now and make sure that everything works. Everything is working. I don't see no leaks. The engine is really smooth. Again, this is a Honda Civic 1998. And we were doing the we had the check engine. We're probably just gonna need to reset the computer. This car has 209,000 miles, 462. It's as you can see, it's going smooth. It's warming up, so the RPMs are 1500 right now. When it's finished warming up, it's gonna start going down and down until it goes below 1000 RPMs. If you have any questions, feel free to post on YouTube videos, and if I can answer it, I'll be able to do it. Subscribe to my channel. I'll be coming up with more videos. I'll be working on some diesel trucks, and I'll try to help as much as I can. I didn't see any videos on this, so that's why I decided to do this one. And thank you for watching, and please subscribe. Thank you.